Yep. Now, I only have to understand what the hell I was up to. It's the only thing that I really didn't understand so far. So, looks like I factored all these things beautifully. Sometimes, when I come back to my stuff, I hardly can believe that I built that myself. Pretty strange moment sometimes. You look at all these complicated things and you have to admit that you built that yourself. However that came together. So I can't even... slowly the memories come back. Got a little bit of a overproduction there. So 30 units of plastic. And how much did this behemoth consume? 30 units of plastic. Well, these belong together. And what did we have here? How did these buddies here work out? So, is that only 28.75? So none of these produces 30 per second. Here, this one produces 30 per second. What? Because there's one furnace. There are some furnaces still lacking, so this thing isn't completed. Okay. Probably never noticed that when I built that thing. Do I have steel furnaces on me right now? No, I don't. Okay. So, good God. I mean, who built all this? Oh dear. And where do we go from here? It's been really too long time that I have touched, since I've touched this save file the last time. So, well, at least I do know one thing. I need steel furnaces, so let's get back to the utility train and see what we can whip up here. Maybe there is something, except for my usual junk main gun. So, let's see. Oh, I finally named these things correctly. Nice! Alright. Well. This is one heck of a messy base. This is one thing that I really struggle with nowadays. Is my afraid of the dark mod gone? Oh, is it also darker around me? What? This is all so disorganized. But I mean, partially I just have to forgive myself due to the fact that the AAI Industries mod clocks up your processes with tons and tons of different side products that you need everywhere. But, well, stuff is all over the place and I don't like that. But, well, I did as good as I could. Where the hell are the steel furnaces now? Or do we just set up one thing by ourselves and just say it'll show up when it shows up? Because honestly, this looks like the smartest choice to go for right now. But I mean, it's been, I don't know, months now since I touched this save file the last time, so I'll just give myself a moment or two. We'll see what'll happen here. I mean, this is all quite still functional as far as I can see. We even got engine factories here. I mean, we even got a nuclear power plant here somewhere, so... We obviously don't have any production of steel furnaces. What the heck? That's impossible. I need to have this. I must have this. Well, luckily my molds that I've built ever since are a little bit more organized than this monstrosity. But there are also so many intermediate products. There's iron rods, beams, gear wheels, automation cores. Stuff is messy as hell too. So that's what I love this combo for. So where the hell are the steel furnaces at? Whatever. I don't care. So steel plate looks like that. I'll find a... Oh god. I need way more than that. Stone bricks and furnaces. Furnaces are made out of stone, aren't they? Did I seriously handcraft all that? I can hardly imagine that. But then again, this whole behemoth doesn't have any input for stone. And if I remember correctly, stone was one of those materials that my old factory here ran dry. Oh yeah, now it slowly comes back to me. We were in not such a good shape here, actually. This thing here is beautiful. Also this one. He likes. But what can we do now about the situation there? I mean, if I remember correctly, this whole thing didn't have any stone anymore. Stone is available here, I bet. No? Piping out all the stone there. Backup of coal. Utter chaos everywhere. I love it. Harry just welcome. Good luck. Yeah, I need it. I mean, I come back to this place and I regularly just want to restart whenever I see it. But I don't want to, because this is actually already pretty decent. Except for the occasional meteorite. But, this could be really a lot worse. And rebuilding all that would take me insanely long, but on the other hand, I outright hate what I built here. I can do so much better by now. But I'll just try and take this as a lesson to rebuild stuff. Sometimes you just have to do this. Okay, so first things first, let's get rid of the backlog of the coal, because that's pretty much killing my base here. And look at that! I find a car. Wonderful. It's just the best news. Processed fuel in it. Tons of it. Okay. Let's pick up the precious red belt. and see how we can fix this thing. I would like to restart such spaghetti as well. Is it post-rocket launch phase? Yes, 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 yes. So, this thing here is pretty much abandoned. This entire complex just produces space rockets. It is also very messy, very slow, and not so powerful, but it does the job. It actually does the job. And it's entirely fueled with core miners. So, except for the backlog here, it works out. It works out. Problem is, I think I underestimated AAI Industries. That's just the deal. But, well, such is life. I like challenges. And with that comes the fact that sometimes you bite off more than you can chew. So they disabled that? Seriously? That's brutal. It was the good old method to get rid of backlogs back in the day. Well, seems like I have to use a crusher then. So, well, I really wonder if it wouldn't be smarter to restart this whole thing without the AAI Industries thing. Or just keep going for this one. It's a very difficult decision for me. It's a very, very difficult decision. Because, I mean, I have here a backbone of resources that I can work with. I just have to figure it out. So, wasn't Crusher working like that here? That it enabled you to just destroy stuff. It's too close, isn't it? Oh my god, this is horrible. This is a nightmare. Now I understand why I wanted to restart so badly. So what happens if I do this? You destroy coal then? Yes, you do. Well, this would be one way of getting rid of a backlog. But I guess this won't make it. This won't do it. I just wanted to try if it works or not. It looks like this thing here. I need more than just one for that. Woo! Can try, but I'm worried it wouldn't work out. I mean, you have the decision to turn on AAI Industries or not in your run, if I remember correctly. You don't have to put these mods on it. So, I mean, I would restart the entire game, not the save file, of course. That's the question. But, well... This is all quite a lot to throw away, and this part of a factory is actually really decent. This is where I left behind the mess here, and these things are a lot tidier. Everything here is, well, a little bit tidier, just. I mean, when I look at this part, I have hope again. Except for whatever this madness here is, but that doesn't matter too much. Dr. Pepper ads. I love Dr. Pepper. At least they advertise something that I like to drink, although it's pure poison and trash for you. I mean, I even set up the mining patches here in a way. These warehouses are... Some spots, I think I set up enough warehouses to just transport the ore patches away. So there's stone. Yeah, well, it's all quite nice and all. It's working out so neat and tidily. So, if I want to keep that, this whole operation here will have to... Well, I'll have to rebuild an entire mall, basically. And I need to get rid of a lot more coal there. I mean, so far... Yeah, no wonder that we had a backlog of that stuff there. And I'm really shocked that you can't blow up storages in this mod. I mean, it's fair. There's crushers for that, but it's still a little bit shocking, to say the least. Okay. Wow, that's rough. So, spacing-wise, I'll need to get rid of the coal somewhere else. So, let's go down this way. Let's fix one problem after another. I can't fix them all at once, so let's fix one problem after another. So let's create ourselves some crushers and start working. Well, I need to pipe in some stone into my old factory as well. So let's see. This stone here is already... This is already gone. So, what are the options to do so? I mean, if I remember correctly, there must be some empty belts somewhere. And why is it so dark here? I'm confused. Yeah, there's no fear of the dark, or any afraid of the dark here. It is enabled. Well, I'll check that out on another time. So, where were we? Ah, yeah. Busy destroying the nasty coal. So, this is one of the most ridiculous tasks that I've ever had. Get rid of the overproduction of that stuff. This is also very disorganized. I don't like that. Ideally, I'd need some situation where we'll put that under control so I don't destroy all of it. Do I have warehouses on my... Could construct something? Yeah, I do. Great. So... This looks like a great spot there. So, off to the organized destruction of coal. First things first. We need to put this stuff inside that thing. And now we need to teach a... Yeah, well, we can take a fast inserter or a stack inserter. Let's take a fast inserter. And... And we need some wire. Where does it hide? Here. So, here we go. I destroyed that? Jeez. Punishing. So, enabled condition. Coal must be larger than, let's say, 50,000, 5,000. This only will trigger when these other warehouses are already going, so let's configure it like that. This will be still an insane amount that we have stored here for no particular reason at all. So, let's see. They should be working once this is full. Bug invasion when we don't have any bug invasions on this planet. I decided that the mod is enough challenge in itself, and we got a peaceful world here. But I heard that this is a luxury that runs out at some point. The other worlds that you can go for, or so I heard, have aggressive fighters, regardless of your settings. So, looking forward to that. So, this is a really hard moment for me where I need to stay strong, not to delete my old factory, you know? Really hard for me, because I really hate what I built there. Oh, look at that. This is the stone spaghetti road, and leads back into the heart of my base. So, here, stone-based stuff can be made again. So there's brick, okay. And there's stone, which I could use for the production of furnaces, so... Well, there's some hope at last. Somehow. I mean, these machines are working again, but there's also this whole situation here is destined to be cramped up with backlogs. But I mean, ultimately, I can install destruction methods if necessary. I mean, the good thing about a system like this one here is it is fully automatic. It just destroys when there's an overproduction of anything, and therefore crushers are really great to have. So the only thing that I need to do is, I guess, the iron and the copper, if I'll ever get that productive, will have a sink. We'll need a sink like this one here too. Okay. Okay. So, look at that. I fixed a small problem here and fixed a bigger problem somewhere else. So we do make progress. I'm just sitting here, by the way, because I wanted to wait until the trigger starts. I don't know. I could have set just the trigger sometime earlier, but I was also not done thinking about this whole thing here. This is a damn complicated thing. Especially when you get back into your old stuff, which you don't understand anymore. But yep, there we go. Goes all crazy as soon as this thing hits 5,000. Nice. Wonderful. So this way, well... this thing destroys 1 unit of coal per second, so let's see. I have a destruction rate of 3 per second. How much coal do I actually produce here? Not. I don't destroy enough. Jesus. That comes unexpected. So I really need to get rid of that stuff. Alright, but with this kind of effort, this should work out indefinitely. That's the best part about it. And here's a stockpile of 5,000 that should never be replenished. So, if everything works out correctly now, at some point, this should become less. I mean... Alright, I guess this... no. The output can't compete with the loader. Of course. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Could have just used a way smaller buffer. I guess the next time I'll just use an iron chest. Yeah, that's gonna be way more efficient. Ooh. Conquest of Elysium Populum mod. I need to dive into that one day sometime. Just sounds like history lessons. What, my stream or Populum? Okay, so let's see. How much destruction do we need, if necessary, for the other materials? So it would be that harsh for the other stuff there as well. Jeez. But, well, at the end of the day, it ain't the worst thing. I mean, needing to destroy the overspill isn't really a bad thing. Luckily, I can delay that for now. And the materials in question do have an extremely easy access to plug in a sufficient amount of crushers. I'm pretty sure that I can fit in 6 crushers into this little niche here. The copper, you know, can't just burst off their space everywhere, and here I could pipe something off, no problem. Stone, well, I'll be glad about the day when stone will be in overspill. And here we're still not done producing heat shieldings until the bitter end. Okay. But I mean, I'm glad this works out somehow. I'll rebuild all that better one day in the near future, but maybe the far future. What the hell? Why is there an empty smelter column standing there? Okay. Let's just walk casually by this and don't ask any further questions. Jesus. So I think what I'll need is I'll need to construct myself some more crushers, and then I'll just build a space out there somewhere where I'll just dump all of the things that I don't need anymore into, and we'll just crush them. Let's do this. That's gonna be a next point in my fix-up of this whole mess. I think that's what I'll have to do. I'll need to fix up my old mess here, so... And keep the good stuff up, because there's a lot of good stuff in it, actually. I can salvage a lot of that, I hope. But I definitely think it would be way more work to start completely anew. That would be definitely more of an effort. Because as long as you feed this beast with materials, it does churn out something in between. I think I managed to do at least 60 signs per minute, or 100 signs per minute, something in between that. I'm not sure anymore. But it was producing quite okay as long as it had enough material. Which was the harder part. But whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter here at this point. But let's just feed up 3 crushers. I mean, I could definitely use a lot more of these. And let's restart this thing for real. So yeah, let's build a lot of crushers and get rid of all the old junk. So there's a lot of stone here, and I mean that's stuff that I have lying around everywhere here, and since this mod doesn't allow me to destroy my boxes this way. Iron Word, how I played Bob's Angels. How is Krastorio different? Bob's Angels has a lot more different metals, whereas Krastorio summarizes these metals together as rare metals. That's the main difference between these two mods. So in Krastorio you only have rare metals. In Bob Angel you have... I can't name them all. You have a really long list of realistic metal types: lead, aluminum, brass, bronze, titanium, tungsten, and all the like. So this is, in some degree, Krastorio is more of a sci-fi abstraction heavier mod, whereas Bob Angel goes heavier into the realism niche. That's my personal experiences so far. I've never played Bob Angel's Pure too much, but I played C-Block a lot, and C-Block relies pretty much completely on Bob Angel, as far as I know, in the metal department, so I had my fair share with that stuff. So, depends on how hardcore you want to go in the detail level. But Krastorio is definitely a little bit more... a little bit easier to stomach, so to say. There's 45,000 iron ore lying around here just like that. Damn. What have I done here? And why can't we use that stone here for the rest of the factory there? And what is this here? God. I don't understand my factory anymore. So it looks like this is part of my science production. Most likely. If this is part of my science production, then... well... okay. Let's not get sidetracked. I need to get rid of old junk. I'm producing crushers to do so. Because this whole place is littered with old junk. So, since I already got a crusher here, let's make good use of it. Oh dear. Okay, nothing too bad happened. Let's make good use of the crusher and just get rid of all that old junk. Because that's why I came up with this whole idea. And one day in the far or near future, I'll just pick up those empty boxes because we don't need them anymore. And this is something that I need to do now everywhere. It's to clean up this whole mess, because otherwise I'll never get any control over the system. So this will take a while. And this is something that I'll do wherever I find now such nasty leftovers. I mean, this patch of iron ore here, this is a little bit more complicated. So, let's see, where do we actually need iron ore? I mean, I am enriching all of these by now, so here's my distribution center. Ooh, this dude is really far away, but I think, well, since I meant to fix things now, let's fix things, you know? It's just have to start somewhere. And that means such useless buffers need to go. They're really, really bad. I know it better now. So I have depowered an entire part of the factory. Whoopsie! So there we go. A few power poles less are needed now. So, well, I have all my stuff produced back there, so okay, let's just pray to God that my belts are sufficient. Oh yeah, this was the funny mod with the actually damaging uranium ore. So if in this game, in the Krastorio, if you get too close to uranium, you get damaged. If you carry uranium around with you get damaged. So you really want to avoid getting uranium into your pockets. So yeah, let's just pipe it in like that. This will just do the trick. I mean, ooh, this is dry after all. Interesting. So that means my whole starter base is out of native iron anyways. Okay. That's bad news. Okay, let's see how we'll fix that. But that's a lot of belt to be picked up for further use. Okay. But the entire feed in here. Okay. But there's more. Where does this come from? Oh, okay. I have dealt with this problem already. Good. So I didn't work completely like a moron, only halfway like a moron. That's good. Okay. So Steel, hi there. No, I'm not done with Factorio. I merely I merely took a break. Treadbull, yeah, I've played some more Vampire Survivors lately. Actually, I did a lot. News patch is pretty dope. Pikachu, did you read my last comment? No. My chief complaint is a vanilla complaint. Technically, the buttons for swapping what you plan you're currently viewing. What? We're talking about COE here, do we? Buttons for swapping what plane you're currently viewing get squished when you have access to more different resources. Oh, that's really bad. That's really, really bad. Yeah, yesterday, Dreadbull, I produced a new guide for Vampire Survivors. Because with the new character Christine, I pulled off a pretty fun and effective new gold farm. It's been a pretty cool new stuff going on. I really love this game. I really feel like these guys have produced one of the most innovative old school games that I've played in a while. That's a great thing to achieve. Producing an innovative old school game is a crazy feat, in my humble opinion. And Pikachu, I understood now your problem with the Popular mod. So is that something that's going to be fixed? Because that's a terrible problem. I mean, most people don't play around with many different planes in COE, but well, that really needs to be fixed because, as far as I know, I have hotkeys to access the different planes. Because I really wouldn't know how to do this then otherwise. Okay, so we're fixing problems. We're cleaning up messes. Well, sometimes I'm surprised that I made it this far with this layout, but it does work out somehow. So let's do this. Let's get rid of old junk here. Oh, well. There's a lot of stuff in there that I'd actually kinda like to keep, but this has to stop, you know? This just has to stop. These things all need to go. These little pileups of messy crap, they just took overhand in this factory. It's a real big problem there. Oh, so I can't do this with stone. Because if I do this with stone, the outcome will be sand. So, well, unfortunate. We need to get rid of the stone somehow and somewhere else. Okay. So, let's see. Let's get back to the steel furnaces. I now remember quite vividly that I actually had to handcraft all this junk because I had no other option. And that was really, really painful. So we need bricks, steel plates, and furnaces. Do we have any bricks here in this crazy mall? That's really well said, Steel. That's so very, very well said. Sometimes I feel like many people do forget to put the fun into the games. Like, that's something that I lately realize or notice more often, that you have all these funky wow, I'm destroying modules here. Yeah, whatever. You have all these funky, innovative systems, and they're, well, you know, Wait a sec, I can't destroy modules? Yep. Interesting. Modules are crusher resistance. And yeah, I got disrupted here in my train of thought. You have all these funky new mechanics and innovative things, and beyond all that, I often notice that game ain't fun to play. It's just boring to play it. It feels like I have to learn some handbook or how to handle a technical device, something like that. That's not what gaming should be feeling like. And especially the old school gaming department suffers a lot from a deprivation of fun, so to say. I've played so many games that suffered from this, from something that I feel like the game has to be hard because it's supposed to be hard. It doesn't matter if this difficulty level does reflect bad on the game. It has to be hard because people expect old school titles to be hard. That's a very, very... I don't know. Sometimes that happens and it's a very weird and annoying case. So I really don't see any sane method to come up with bricks here anywhere. What the hell? Damn. It's really annoying that I forgot something so fundamental there. And the intake for stone in this entire factory is catastrophic. Well, wait a sec. There's a belt which is supposed to carry bricks. And he's carrying those bricks here. Why is this rolling towards there? Here, some serious janky mess happened. So let's stay in problem fixing mode. So no, I did not notice where. Oh gosh, this is why spaghetti is bad. I don't find the spot anymore. No. I can only remember it was somewhere where I had the assemblers. Okay, so this is really, really incredibly horrible. Got it. Do I have any alternative already? I mean, do I have a decent supply of bricks somewhere? Here. Okay, wonderful. How about we just produce something here off grid. Here's brick, here's stone. Is there already steel somewhere, maybe too? Steel's here too. But that would be harder to come by. Well, okay. This whole facility here is not designed for that purpose. So... where am I producing my steel actually at? Here. Is that all? Is that all my steel production so far? It's really puny. Hey, Bela, welcome. So you're hurting the feelings of my old factory. I bet it's still functional to 60 to 70%. So, well. But I really don't mind you being a little bit punishing towards what I did there. I am like this myself. So, well, Ugh. Where did I lead all this? Is there any accumulation of resources somewhere? So we got all this copper here. How is it linked? So we got these two guys coming from there. I guess they are for the low density structure production, and we got two of these guys left open for business. This is old stuff. I bet that's just the remains of leftover business. So as a matter of fact, we only have these two guys available. Wait a sec. Only one of these guys. These two guys are all for electric motor production. Oh, boys. And I bet the lubricant that I'm producing back there was for the next level of engines. Yeah, now it comes back to me. Okay. But that doesn't change anything about the fact that I need to accept that it seems to be nigh impossible right now to mass produce steel furnaces just in the way that I want to. And a single stone can cram this entire process. That's ridiculous. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to handcraft more of these cursed steel furnaces then. So be it. I really need to think about how to restructure my entire situation there. Because this entire thing here has no real future in its current form. And that's a pretty bad thing. So here's uranium production. Why? Ah, now I remember. For science. Yeah. This is something that I haven't managed to automate yet. Thing there is, one of the science packs needs one certain form of uranium, and the centrifuges that I've put up there, they process the uranium that comes out from the core mining process, and it's a puny amount that I'm producing there. So sometimes I just go down to the real Kovarex facility and haul some of that stuff from A to B in my car. Okay, so we're now at the real factory. Good stuff. Whew. Oh dear. Came just in the right moment to fix that old mess. Dear. I need to set up some defenses too. So that's a reason why I don't need any biters. This planet hates me already enough. So I need somewhere where I can pick up iron. A sudden need of iron has arisen. Here's iron. Good lord. That's annoying. Oof. Okay. Ah, look at that. The sulfur production comes as the big savior here. Okay. all the people here doing today? Great on my end. Yeah, well. Yay! I'm so happy to hear that, Steel, that you finally found somebody that can help you and will help you. That's such a good news. That's such good news. And, take it step by step, you know? You'll be getting there. Okay, so we need to fix our copper washing plant here, or copper refining plant. Well, I had some really chill holidays. Family was with the parents-in-law, and I stayed here for some good old working and chilling. Because sadly, my parents-in-law happen to hate me a bit. They can't admit it, but they do. And therefore, I don't want to ruin everybody's mood, so I did what every sane person would do. So, here we go. But they'll need to be back tomorrow evening, and I'm really looking forward to that. Can't wait. So, frickin' meteorites. Okay, well. While the engines are being produced, I'm going to grab myself some extra resources and start handcrafting already. So let's see. Let's produce those steel furnaces. Pick up some more iron, because we're going to need some more stuff there. And let's just hope that things will go down better now. So, this area is where I should focus my future energy mostly towards to, because there's the core mining, and core mining is the most important part. This is only one core miner, but we're gonna be needing to put up more of these, or I'm going to bring my core mining up somewhere else. That's also an option. And restart all that. Because, as far as I've heard, people that are experienced with this mod, you don't really rely on the ore patches on the planets themselves at some point anymore. It's all core mining down all the way, because it's just that much more effective, I guess, at least. So, looks like we need to produce ourselves some repair kits, because the robots are out of that. Okay. Now, back to my copper smelting facility, where I noticed that we had some holes. Alrighty. So that's been finished. Great. So let's ask our good old buddy Helmod what I've been up to. So we got a tremendous output of 3 low density structures per second. Yay! Go me! Or this is with beacons, so here I played around with beacons a little bit. But I didn't bring up any plans for engines. There's no There's no planning with engines anywhere. It's a little bit confusing because I have built a facility for engines. What the hell? What have I done there? Well, there are people who are able to hate me, don't you worry. People can do everything. So, well, okay. I can't believe that I didn't put up any schematic yet for the stuff to come. Okay, whatever. I would have assumed that these things were already up there, but obviously I'm working nowadays a lot different than I did when I put up this save file. Be that as it may. So, I have already... We're going to try to produce these things. So, our list is... We've got the low-density structures, and... The big electric motors, I think, are one of the next things on the list. I mean, here, this is merely a low amount. Here we're producing, wait a sec, 10.5 small electric motors? Okay. Not so bad at all. But seriously, where are the schematics for all that stuff? Strange. That's so not me. Okay. So let's see. Let's come up with the big electric motors here. What? Aren't they called like that? Big electric motor. Let's just search for electric then. Here we go. So let's say I want looks like I constructed for 5 of these per second. Could that be the case? How much is that? 21 per second. Yeah, that's... How much lubricant am I producing? There? 200. Look at that. It's that's too precise to be a coincidence. And these are 10? No, 30. Oof. Okay. Look who went all busy there. So I've already piped the steel over there. And this thing here eats only 6 steel, so... Damn, I've been already well prepared on this end. As crappy as this part has went down, this thing here is really top-notch. The only thing that will happen ultimately to these structures is that they will run out of material. But all that we need to do is connect it back with ores. Alright, there's hope. So this is more like I'm used to how I'm working. Okay, we'll be getting there. But first, I need to refresh my cup of tea, and you guys have to suffer for a moment. I'm sorry, but it has to happen. I'll be right back in a minute. Or maybe 2. Oh, Bela, to answer your question, so in vanilla game, your goal is to just launch a missile, then you win the game. Most mod packs have the same win conditions, so to say. And for space exploration, though, I actually don't know how to win this mod. I only know that you can travel between planets and you need to set up bases on these, and there's lots of cool stuff happening. Or so I heard. Okay, so let's see. I want those big old motors done. I got all the necessary ingredients, so let's do this. Where's the facility for that? So wow, there are no icons there, so let's change that. Add tag icon or plate. So do I need to do this now every single time? Damn. Okay, well, it is extremely necessary and valuable to do this, so... Because otherwise, this whole place here will dissolve into chaos. I know that I don't have any control over these things anymore at this point. So I'll just have to accept that without these tags, my whole organization won't work. That's one thing that I didn't pay enough attention in the past to. It's one of the things that I learned recently. How much value these things actually have. Just a few bits of order and an organization, you know. Okay. So, let's see. This whole blob here will be stuff in the end. This is iron refining. So it really feels good to smash up these bajillion problems into smaller bite-sized chunks, you know. And I know that what I'm doing here right now is going to help me in the future runs enormously. Just by adding a couple of icons here. That's all it took. That's all it took. Okay. So... Alrighty. Oh gosh, you guys are faster in writing than I am with reading. Ah, spaceship with a faster than light engine is the goal here. Yeah, well, in some aspect you could say Factorio is pure grind. In a way, but, well, that's just one way to look at it. I personally would say Factorio was way more than that, but, well, so... Here's the green juice factory. Where does the green juice flow to? I don't have any output so far, huh? So let's take the green juice this way. Let's So I'm quite excited to see that I'm making progress now. The overwhelming feeling of helplessness towards the chaos is receding. I mean, the next big parts here will be to build facilities that I'm going to use in space. I'm already at the spot where I can go to space with my rockets, which is in itself already a pretty big thing to pull off. But I don't have the capacity to produce any machines that work up there in space. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, so here goes this. We're not using space assembly machines now. We're using tier 2 assembly machines. 67 of these! Yeah, so, well, what can I do? For tier 3 assembly machines, we'd need big electric motors, and I didn't manage to pull up that kind of production in my starter base, so we'll have to bite that big bowl of yikes. Okay, power-wise, we're quite good. So, we need a solution for a system that eats in 4 different ingredients. So, let's see. Quantity-wise, we need red belts for the electronic circuits. And preferably, yeah, we'll need definitely red belts all the way. Okay. I hope my material is being transported on... Okay. So, this whole facility produces 30 steel per... okay. There's 2 columns. Now I get it. So... This is 15 in total. Okay, okay. Okay. We'll still need those red belts because that's the only way how I can transport such amounts. And we'll need to remove that wire clutter here. Sorry folks for the power outage. I really hope that I can fit in 67 machines in this niche here. Wait a sec. Shouldn't there be a power outage somewhere? Could it be? This was entirely unnecessary. Typical. Typical bummer. Okay, so I don't mind. Now, let's see. Green circuit goes there. Engine goes there. Steel goes there. Lubricant is something which we can pipe in. Oh my god, will we need much pipe. Good lord gracious, that will be disgusting. Now, well, let's see. I am able to... This is in the way, but... we can't change that. Let's start out here. No, let's start out here. So that's 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? Right. Okay. So we're going to have the connection of green, chips here. And let's move that steel plate over here. Do I need a splitter for that? Oh. I feel better with one. So here goes that. So we're going to wind up like that. Okay. There we go. And this is really working out, right? Right. Okay. So, now, to this one. Now, we'll need 2 assemblers each. With big power poles, we don't have any issues. Assemblers. Inserters, I meant. We're going to need one of these. And let's see, speed-wise, I'm pretty sure that basic inserters will do the job. Yep. Yep, they do. And then we're going to need this here. Okay. This will be such a massive amount of pipe work necessary there. Okay. And that'll be the output. Let's mirror that onto this side. So this works out decently. Okay, that's 20 of these. And that's 40. And that's 60. So luckily we can just relay that thing here. That shouldn't be any issue. Just compactify this like that. And then we should have no problem whatsoever with the spacing. Except for this oil well being a bit in the way, huh? Yep. This might be a bit of an issue, huh? The other alternative would be to just snake it around like that, but I really like it when I can get everything done in one long chain. It's a lot more convenient this way. So firstly, let's get rid of all the plastic real quick. Oh, I need to get used to the fact that I got robots. Played so long without now that I forgot that I don't need to make life that difficult anymore. So go. Let's just dump these plastic bars in there. Although I gotta say, it just goes a lot faster to do it yourself. My robots... I'm not happy with the working speed of my robots yet. They're always slower than me. Okay. There we go. So that's 60. And that's another 8. So let's see. I'm pretty sure I'll have to redo a bit of that. Especially since we'll have to connect a really extreme amount of pipes here. So let's... First things first, let's do the belts there. Pretty sure I'll run out of belt, so. This is always the most exciting part for me, to build up these extremely huge facilities. I mean, at some point we'll work hard on making them smaller yet again. But, well, for now I just have to build such behemoths, I guess. Okay, now we'll have to get back to the starter base and pick up some red belt again. Let's request the train. Come forth, train. I need a ride. Okay, so far so good. And that's one of the most important parts. Remember that you need to step inside the train. Okay. But this thing here works out. I've solved one of the problems of my factory. That's really good. And we do have an existing income of stone again. It might be pretty shabby and old, but it's at least existing. Okay. So what was that thing that I wanted to bring? Yeah, pipes. $200? Yeah, that sounds like a decent number. And here we got 1,100 of these. And look at that, Mr. Crusher is done with his job. So here goes the real good news. All the junk that I don't need anymore goes now into the Crusher. Just get rid of all your old problems. We can... Sadly, I can't remove stone, but... Well, one thing at a time. Okay, let's get back to our construction site. At least I'm getting somewhere now. Although I gotta admit, I'm a little bit shocked that I had no automated production of steel furnaces. Nowhere. But well. Okay. Let's see how we're going to be able to play around these obstacles. Okay. Now then. At least there's a lot of things where the robots can help me now. And this one is fitting, isn't it? Yes. So let's see. The real interesting part will be to find out how many of these won't work and how many of these I need to put up there somewhere else. So I can already see that these two guys, well, this guy will have no problem, but this guy here will have a severe problem. But this is luckily a really easily resolvable problem. I bet we just need to do something like that. Exactly. I like it when problems can be very easily solved. Hey, look what I didn't bring enough. Inserters. These things are made by the devil. Okay, let's get back there. Oh, that's good. I can string up here extra machines and here extra machines if we need to bring up extra ones, because the oil wells could be blocking. Okay. I consider my starter base as pretty much a lost cause, but the space-based part really looks promising to me. Look, we're producing blue circuits again. At least a few of them. So, because we're producing red circuits again. Because we're producing stone again, yeah. It's all gated behind stone. The entire problems of my economy are gated behind stone. Ah, well. Where were those inserters again? At the end of the line, that's where. Okay, well... I bet there's something still missing, but whatever. That'll be always like that. Let's yoink a repair pack there. Always very cool to have a couple of those. I like my crushers crushing old stuff that I don't need anymore. That gives me a good feeling. Get rid of the old jank, you know. By the way, does this actually work in equilibrium? Well, I do have a bit more core fragment than pulverizer here. Okay. Doesn't really matter anything too much there. Okay. So let's get back to this monstrosity. Good. So, and here something won't work. So this guy here, well, if they just change places, no biggie. This one will work as well. No, actually no problem. Nice. Okay. Now I only have to figure out how the hell to distribute the lubricant, but that's something we should be able to get sorted out. Now, my output of lubricant rolls this way. Okay. So now we're going to need a distributor grid, and I'll put it up over here. Yeah, at this height. Let's take this unfavorable position as our... Oh, okay. So this machine is out. This will conflict with my oil production here too hard, because it happens to be exactly in line with this one, and that just doesn't work. But like I said, I got still room here at the end of the line. So, boom, done. Okay. Was to be expected. What kind of character is it? What class and race, I mean. So, we're going to go for a distributor unit like that. Classic. Oopsie. Elbow pipes. I'll have to experiment with these things at some point, too. Wait a sec. Ah, stop it, stop it! What the hell am I producing there? It's not what I want to have. That's space platform stuff, okay. So, now for the complicated part. Oh, wait a sec, we'll actually... be running it down across. Distances are that short that it's actually smarter to run it straight across. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This will be complicated. Never an easy day at the factory. So, here, that's the last connector we need to do. Alrighty. Let's just hope they'll work out here. But to my great relief... Oh. Does that work? Yes, it does, because this doesn't go underground. Ah. To my great relief, we don't seem to have any bigger problems with my oil refining. Besides this absolute madness of distributing lubricant in these amounts, like... Good. Bollywood Shaman. On 12 new sciences with every different lab. What the heck? 12 new... I actually don't really want to know, Ari, just... I'll just say la 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 and pretend I didn't hear you, okay? I guess that's better for my own sanity. Now, I can use a couple of these extra, because we need to pipe downward here. So here I don't need to be that demanding with the whole thing, or don't need to be that far away from assemblers. Why did it always face the wrong direction? So you know what? Take that. Copying it works too. Almost there. Okay, all that's left to be done is powering up this monstrosity. So... that's a wonderful piece of work here. Really happy with that one. Still needs extremely much power pole effort here. But then again, we're producing 3 of these buddies per second now. Which are basically necessary in so very, very many different... 5 per second, sorry. So very, very many different products down the road that it's actually really... really cool that we got there. So... now, the next step will be processing units. So, how many of these do I want to produce? 5 per second. Well, that sounds like a good choice. So, for 5 per second, we'll need to whip up... yeah, this looks like a good ratio and all. So, for the amount of copper cable, though, we'll need 60 copper plates per second. So I highly doubt that my copper is already enough. These were space motors. Yep, exactly. Exactly. So, let's see. This machinery here eats up a total amount of how much copper? Oof, well. I guess we can't look it up like that. 60 units of copper per second. So each one of these columns produces 30. So these two columns are completely taken by that. Then we have, like, for the low density structures, 30. So that's an entire column locked again for that. So for the blue circuits, I'll need more copper than I got right now. So we need yet another smelting facility for that. Which kind of like sucks because that means we're going to need another refining facility. And, well, why aren't you working? Why aren't you guys not getting enough ore in, huh? Tell me. This shouldn't be like that. Oh, wait a sec. 45 iron copper per second, so either the ratios changed or I derped here on that regard. This must be blue belt to work out. Well, we are able to produce blue belt now that I got lubricant available in that. But, well, that means until I fix this, these will never run under full pressure. So I guess this is a deficiency on all of these. Wait a sec. Here I'm running yellow belt. Wait a sec. Why is this only 30 and this is 45? So this is 15 machines. Is this less machines? This is also 15 machines. Ah, yeah, here. Iron ore would be the same intake, so yeah. Here I'm running this down with a ruddy yellow belt. Or, well, okay. No, here. That stuff is red belt. Okay. So yes, same deficiency there. So we really need to bring up blue belt equipment as soon as possible. It's a very, very important thing. Okay, well. I got copper running down this way. I got iron running down that way. Okay. It's not much, but it's a start, I'd say. We should be able to produce some blue belt gear with that. I'm really considering to bring in some intermediate facility that's going to be raised down once I go for the real space mall, but well, let's wait that out for now. So, okay. So far, so good. That means the next big part is the blue circuit facility. And once that's done, the worst part of space construction is fetched up. Or for this stage of space construction, I should rather say. Everything else would be too optimistic. Now, we need heat shieldings here. Oh well, never mind. So yeah, space assembling machines. If I remember correctly, we'll also need space transport belts and lots of other gear, but we'll see about that once we get there. Okay, so I'll turn it off for today. I need a break from this. I think I did some really great progress. And the next thing I need to consider there is how to whip up more copper, and most importantly, get those blue belts running and upgrade the facility and just set up more smelters. That's that. It's as simple as it gets. Okay, well, have a good time, everybody. Good night, good day, whatever it is at your spot. Thank you so much for your good time and your attention. And see you someday soon. Bye-bye.